We've been exploring the Rise of Kylo Ren comic book in depth on the channel, despite the comic book itself not even being released yet. We've been covering all of the information coming out about it, as I think this is one of the most interesting points in time in the current Star Wars mythos, exploring the fall of Ben Solo and the creation of Kylo Ren, as well as the origins of the Knights of Ren and what happened at Luke Skywalker's Jedi Academy. For a brief refresher, we know that the Rise of Kylo Ren comic book takes place just after the flashback that we got in The Last Jedi, where Luke Skywalker attempted to confront Ben Solo within his hut near his Jedi temple, and Ben Solo believed that Luke Skywalker had every intention of killing him and smiting him down right there. But in Luke's mind, he called it a fleeting thought and a moment of weakness. The comic book takes place just after this, and today we gotta look at 5 separate pages from the comic book itself from the author. The author makes it clear that these are not the first 5 pages of the comic book, but they are some of the most important parts of the first issue at least, and we get a look at exactly what happens right after Ben Solo escapes Luke Skywalker, believing that he killed him there. The book also confirms several theories about Luke Skywalker's Jedi student, but with all of our introductions out of the way, let's go ahead and jump right into it. The comic book opens with Ben Solo having destroyed all of the Jedi huts that surround Luke Skywalker's Jedi temple, with his every intention of destroying the Jedi temple, therefore confirming that Ben Solo did seemingly murder all of Luke Skywalker's Jedi students in a fire, although we will have to wait until the final issue is released to see exactly if Ben Solo directly murdered most of Luke's Jedi students. The comic then switches to a trio of Jedi who were off on an off-world mission when Ben Solo was attacked by Luke Skywalker and burned down the entire Jedi Academy. According to the author, the spaceship that the 3 Jedi are in he refers to as a T-Wing, as he also talks about the different perspectives of the same event which is occurring, Ben Solo watching the Jedi temple burn, and then the trio of the next generation of Jedi also witnessing the building burn. We see that the 3 Jedi in the T-Wing are exceptionally confused, only sensing Ben Solo beneath them, and not even the presence of their master, Luke Skywalker. As the Jedi land on the planet, they immediately confront Ben Solo. The author explained that each 3 of these Jedi have a very different relationship with Ben Solo than the others, and that each of them have qualities that the others do not possess. We see right off the bat that a lot of these Jedi students of Luke are far more aggressive with Ben Solo than others, with the author, Charles Soule, saying this about the 3 Jedi students. The Quarren Jedi student is named Hennix, the follically changed guy is Ty, and the gal is known as Vol. They're all cool, and they're all good at different things, and they all have different relationships with Ben Solo. They confront Ben Solo about Luke Skywalker attacking him, with Vo saying that this is impossible and that he would never do that, to which Ben Solo has an outburst. Charles Soule earlier would talk about the difficulty of writing Ben Solo, and how most of the time Ben Solo is very quiet, off in the distance pondering very much in his own thought, but that when pushed to it, all of the emotion that he's been binding up within himself comes out at once, something that we see in the next panel, with Ben Solo proclaiming that he was more powerful than Luke Skywalker and the prize student at the Jedi Academy, more powerful than any of them, even combined. We then see Ty, the Jedi student, attempt to calm down Ben Solo following this outburst, explaining that none of this could have happened, and that they're going to work through it essentially. The other 2 Jedi though sense the dark side within the young Ben Solo, reaching for their lightsabers as Ben Solo senses this. Ben Solo proclaims that the Jedi Academy and the Jedi Temple was a lie, and that he said what happened was true, telling the Jedi that he's leaving. We see here that Ben Solo, at least at this time, has no intention of killing the Jedi, even though the 2 of them then activate their lightsabers, not allowing Ben Solo to leave. The panel comes to an end saying, "None of you are Jedi." This shows a great deal between the relationship of Ben Solo and the other Jedi students, giving me the impression that he was very much distant from a lot of the Jedi students at Luke's Academy, even though, as he put it, he was the prime student and the most prized student at the Academy, believing himself even more powerful than Grandmaster Luke. We see the other Jedi believe him to be arrogant, even though Ty is more understanding than the other 2. This is very much a confrontation that could have been avoided. However, my biggest question is, did Ben Solo kill the other Jedi students there? Even though clearly here Ben Solo may kill these 3 Jedi that are confronting him currently. Again, we will finally know the answers to this on Wednesday, but it's still awesome that we've gotten a look at some of the first few pages of Star Wars The Rise of Kylo Ren. But what are your guys' thoughts on what you saw here today, and the new panels from The Rise of Kylo Ren? Do you sympathize more with Ben Solo after seeing this, or do you believe that he was truly lost? Hit that subscribe button to stay up to date on all things Kylo Ren and more, leading into The Rise of Skywalker. May the Force be with you, and have a great day.